Hello students, this is the next lecture for Business Statistics Paper 3 TY BCom students. Name of the topic is Decision Theory, Expected Monetary Value Criteria, Examples and Problems. See the next example. A milk producing cooperative union desires to determine how many milligrams of butter it should produce on daily basis to meet the demand. Past records have shown the following pattern of demand: quantity demanded and number of days. So quantity demanded 15 units, number of days are 4. For 20, number of days are 16. 25, number of days are 20. 30, number of days are 80. 35, number of days are 40. 40, number of days are 30. And for 45, number of days are 10. Assume that the stock levels are restricted to the range 15 to 45 kg and that butter left unsold at the end of the day must be disposed of due to inadequate storing facilities. Butter costs rupees 14 per kg and it is sold as rupees 20 per kg. Construct a conditional profit table and determine the act associated with the maximum profit. So let us see the solution. We have to define the acts. A1, stock of 15 kg butter. A2, stock of 20 kg butter. A3, stock of 25 kg butter. A4, stock of 30 kg butter. A5, stock of 35 kg butter. A6, stock of 40 kg butter. A7, stock of 45 kg butter. Events are: E1, demand of 15 kg butter. E2, demand of 20 kg butter. E3, demand of 25 kg butter. E4, demand of 30 kg butter. E5, demand of 35 kg butter. E6, demand of 40 kg butter. And E7, demand of 45 kg butter. Let us define conditional profit as selling price minus cost price into items sold minus cost price into items unsold. So 20 minus 14 into items sold minus 14 into items unsold. So it becomes 6 into items sold minus 14 into items unsold. So see the conditional profit calculations for E1. E1 is nothing but demand of 15 kg butter. So E1 A1, demand of 15 kg and stock of 15 kg. So 6 into 15, that is nothing but 90 rupees. E1 A2, demand is for 15, stock is for 20. So naturally 5 kgs will remain unsold. So 6 into 15 minus 14 into 5. So 6 into 15 becomes 90. 90 minus 70. So the answer is 20. Then E1 A3, demand of 15 kg, stock of A3 is nothing but 25. So 10 kgs will remain unsold. So 6 into 15 minus 14 into 10. So 6 into 15, it is 90. Minus 14 into 10 becomes 140. So 90 minus 140, the answer is minus 50. E1 A4. A4 is nothing but stock of 30 kg butter. And E1 is demand of 15 kg. So we can sell only 15 kg. So 6 into 15 and 15 kg will remain unsold minus 14 into 50. So 90 minus 210. So answer is minus 120. E1 A5, demand of 15 and stock of A5 is nothing but 35 kg. So 20 kgs will remain unsold. So 6 into 15 minus 14 into 20. So 90 minus 280. The answer is minus 190. E1 A6. E1 is demand of 15 kg A6 is stock of 40 kg. So naturally 6 into 15 minus 14 into 25. So 90 minus 350, the answer becomes minus 260. Then even A7. A7 is nothing but stock of 45 kg. And E1 is nothing but stock demand of 15 kg. So naturally 30 kg will remain unsold. So 6 into 15 minus 14 into 30. So 90 minus 420, the answer becomes minus 330. Then conditional profit calculations for E3. Demand of 25 kg. E3 is nothing but demand of 25 kg. Even A1. A1 is stock of 15 kg only. So we can sell only 15 kg. So 6 into 15, that is nothing but 19. Then E3, A2. E3 is nothing but demand of 25. But stock is for 20 kg only. So we can sell only 20 kg butter. So 6 into 20, answer becomes 120. E3, A3. Demand of 25 and stock of 25. So we can sell 25 kg. So 6 into 25, that becomes 150. Then E3, A4. Demand of 25 but stock of 30. So naturally 5 kgs will remain unsold. So 6 into 25 minus 14 into 5. So 150 minus 70. Answer is 80. E3, A5. Demand of 25 kg but stock of 35. So 10 kgs will remain unsold. So 6 into 25 minus 14 into the 10. So 150 minus 140. The value is 10. E3, A6. Demand of 25 but stock of A6 means stock of 40 kg. So 15 kgs will remain unsold. So 6 into 25 minus 14 into 15. So answer becomes 150 minus 210, which is nothing but minus 60. Then E3, A7. E3 is nothing but demand of 25 kg. A7 is nothing but stock of 45 kg. So 20 kg will remain unsold. So 6 into 25 minus 14 into 20, which is equal to 150 minus 280. So answer is minus 130. Same way we can calculate for E4. E4 is defined as demand of 30 kg. E4, A1. A1 is stock of 15 kg only. So 6 into 15, which is nothing but 90. Then E4, A2, stock of 20 kg only. So 6 into 20, we can sell only 20 kg. So 6 into 20, answer becomes 120. E4, A3, stock of 25 kg. Though the demand is for 30, we have stock of only 25. So 6 into 25, answer becomes 150. Then E4, A4, demand of 30 and stock of 30. So 6 into 30, that becomes 180. Then E4, A5, demand of 30 but stock of 35. So 5 kgs will remain unsold. 6 into 30 minus 14 into 5. So answer becomes 180 minus 70, which is equal to 110. E4, A6, 6 into 30 minus 14 into 10, because stock is for 45 kg. So 180 minus 140, answer is 40 kg rupees. So E4, A7, 6 into 30 minus 14 into 15. So 180 minus 210, the value is minus 30. Then conditional profit calculations for E5. E5 is nothing but demand of 35 kg butter. A1 is nothing but stock of 15 kg only. So 6 into 15, answer is 90. E5, A2, demand is for 35 kg but stock is only 20 kg with us. So 6 into 20, answer becomes 120. E5, A3, stock of 25 kg only. So 6 into 25, answer becomes 150. E5, A4, E5 means demand of 35, but A4 is stock of 30 kg only. So 6 into 30. So answer becomes 180. E5 A5, demand of 35, stock of 35. So 6 into 35, the answer becomes 210. E5 A6, demand of 35 kg but stock of 40 kg. So 5 kgs will remain unsold. 6 into 35 minus 14 into 5, which is equal to 210 minus 70. So answer is 140. Then E5 A7, demand of 35 but stock of 45. So 10 kgs will remain unsold. So 6 into 35 minus 14 into 10, which is equal to 210 minus 140. So answer is 70. Then conditional profit calculations for E6. E6 is nothing but demand of 40 kg. So E6A1, stock is for 15 kg only. So 6 into 15, that is nothing but 90. E6A2, A2 is stock of 20 kg. Though the demand is for 40 kg, we have only 20 kg with us. So 6 into 20, answer is 120. So E6A3, though the demand is for 40 kg, we have 25 kg with us. So 6 into 25, it becomes 150. E6A4, demand is for 40 kg, but stock is 30 kg only. 6 into 30, the answer becomes 180. E6A5, demand of 40, but stock is for 35 kg only. So 6 into 35, that becomes 210. E6A6, demand of 40 kg and stock of 40 kg. So 6 into 40, the final answer is 240. If E6A7, demand is for 40 and stock is for 45. So 5 kgs will remain unsold. So 6 into 40 minus 14 into 5, which is equal to 240 minus 70. The answer becomes 170. Then conditional profit calculations for E7. E7 is defined as demand of 45 kg butter. So E7A1, 6 into 15, because we have stock of 15 kg only. So answer is 90. E7A2, stock is for 20 kg. So 6 into 20, answer becomes 120. E7A3, stock is for 25 kg only. So 6 into 25, the answer is 150. E7A4, though the demand is for 45 kg, stock is for only 30 kg. So 6 into 30, the value is 180. Then E7A5, A5 is stock of 35 kg. So 6 into 35, the answer becomes 210 rupees. E7A6, stock is for 40 kg. So 6 into 40, answer becomes 240 rupees. E7A7, demand is for 45 and stock is for 45. So 6 into 45, the answer becomes 270. Now we will see the calculations of probabilities. See the probability distribution. 4 plus 16 plus 20 plus 80 plus 40 plus 30 plus 10. If you add these numbers, the total becomes 200. So to get the probability for 15 kg, we have to divide 4 by 200. So 4 upon 200, the answer is 0.02. Then for 20 kg, 16 upon 200. So answer becomes 0.08. Then for 25 kg, 20 upon 200. So it becomes 0.1. So 20 upon 200, the probability becomes 0.1. Then for 30, 80 upon 200. So 80 upon 200, the probability becomes 0.40. Then for demand 40, 30 upon 200. So 30 upon 200. The answer is 0.15. And last value is 10 upon 200. So the answer is 0.05. So the conditional profit table, whatever values we got just now, we'll put in a tabular form as E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7. We will write the respective probabilities here: 0.02, 0.08, 0.10, 0.40, 0.20, 0.15 and 0.05. And the respective values which we have calculated just now will put in a tabular form in this table. Next table is expected profit table. So probability multiplied by the respective value becomes expected profit. So 0.02 into 90. The answer is 1.8. 0.08 into 90. The answer is 7.2. So this way multiply these probabilities with column 1 values. The expected profit values are 1.8, 7.2, 9.0, 36, 18, 13.5, 4.5. And if we add these values, the expected monetary value becomes 90. Same way, we can make all the other calculations, multiply the respective probabilities with the conditional profit values and get the column wise values. So A2 column values are 0.4, 9.6, 12, 48, 24, 18 and 6. And the total is 118. So expected monetary value is 118. For A3, minus 1.0, 4.0, 15, 60, 30, 22.5 and 7.5. The total is 138. Then for A4, minus 2.4, minus 1.6, 8, 72, 36, 27 and 9. The total expected monetary value is 148. For A5, the values are minus 3.8, minus 7.2, 1.0, 44, 42, 31.5 and 10.5. The total is 118. Then for A6, the values are minus 5.2, minus 12.8, minus 6, 16, 28, 36, 12 and the total is 68. And for Act A7, the respected values are minus 6.6, minus 18.4, minus 13.0, minus 12, 14, 25.5 and 13.5. And if we add and subtract according to signs, the expected monetary value becomes 3. So if we compare the values, 148 is the maximum value. So maximum EMV is equal to EMV star is equal to rupees 148. Therefore, optimum act is A4, that is to stock 30 kg of butter to get maximum expected monetary value of rupees 148.